Hi everyone, how are you? So today is a day I've been waiting for. It's very exciting for me. I have finally gotten my first set of Holbein pencils. Over the years, I've been hearing about Holbein again and again from people who love these pencils. But of course, as you probably already know, they are like the most expensive pencils out there. So the full set is like way out of my ballpark, but they do sell smaller sets like this one. Hi, Chris. How are you? Hi from Mexico. Yeah, so I got the smaller set. It's a of 12 Holbein pencils. So I said, all right, let me just try those and see if they are as great as I've heard. And I've heard people say that they're just like Markart. So I want to test that out too and see if they are. So they just arrived, and I have to say I'm a little disappointed. The box is very banged up and scratched up. That's not for me. It just arrived like that. And it has this, cardboard cover on it, but there's no plastic wrap. It's not sealed. Put it up. It has the Holbein tin, and there's no plastic covering. So I think I've gotten a second hand me down one who returned it. So already I'm like, So if anyone's gotten this set, let me know if yours came product because mine did not. So it leads me to think that this is a hand me down, especially since it's all scratched up in the cover. I'm thinking someone returned it and then I got it. So here, open it up here. The lid is attached. It does have all the forms inside with all the pencils. And there are the pencils, the portrait sets. Yes, so the portrait set includes a shell pink, burnt sienna, fuchsia, carmine red, dandelion yellow, sky blue, willow green, olive green, violet, Prussian blue, and burnt umber. Yeah, not affordable. Yeah, it's not affordable for me either. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you. I try. Oh, my camera just went out. Yeah, apologies for the camera. It acts up now and then. So these are the colors that I've got, and these are the ones they include for the portrait set. There's also a 12 pencil set that's not portrait, it's just other pencils. So something. And it says cancer warning on there. And I saw somebody comment that they thought they didn't know these pencils cause cancer. Well, I think it just cause they only put that warning because there's cadmium, I think, in some of them. And cadmium uh, is only dangerous if you swallow it. So as long as you're not eating your pencils, you'll be fine. But of course, you want to keep pets away from it, animals away from it. So these are my Markart pencils over here on the side. And let's just pull one out here. I tried to get the similar colors. You can see they look almost identical, really, if you just look at them. You can see that Markart did copy the style of pencil here with the line and the number at the ends. Yeah. But the Holbein, of course, is the font is bigger. Pencils look about the same size. You can see that they kind of feel the same. Holbein might be a little bit, yeah, the Holbein's, I think, a little bit heavier, but very, very slight, like you can barely tell. So they do look and feel the same. Um, I can sharpen the Holbein in a regular sized um, pencil sharpener. They're not overly large. So this one is the Prussian blue. This is the burnt umber. Giving them a quick sharpen. So they don't appear to be used, so the box could have just gotten banged up a little bit, but these pencils look new, I think. tips. They come with the tips, very small tips on them. Hi, Tiger Eye. How are you? So yes, I'm trying out the Holbein. Now, I read in the description that Holbein pencils are made differently because they're made with acrylic and oil. So that might be why people keep saying they feel so different. So I don't know, but that's what I read in the description of these pencils. I'm just giving them all a quick sharpen before I start using them. But my first time using the Holbein. Finally trying them out. All right, so there we go. The famous Holbein pencils. Right, so I have Holbeins on the right, Markart on the left. So I'm going to start with I've got this drawing that I did a while ago to practice on. So let's see, this is printed on cardstock paper, so it's thicker paper. And let's see, I'm going to start with a darker blue color here. It does say the name of the color on the pencils, unlike the Markart. So this is Prussian blue. I'm just going to go ahead and I'll start with the hair. Oh, yeah, they're a little bit on the dry side, but a nice smooth dry. They do feel like a Markart. All right, so that's the Holbein. Just doing a light layer here. Now I'm going to pull out the Holbein pencil. It might not be the exact same shade, but excuse me, the Markart pencil. This is Markart. So the Markart pencil actually feels very much the same. Wow. They feel identical. I can see why the frugal crafter said they're the same. They do feel the same. Now I'm back to the Holbein over here. I mean, it's slightly different, I guess. I don't know, but they're very similar. And they go on kind of similar too. So this is going to be Markart's over here. And over here is the Holbein. Yeah. And they look similar. They feel similar. Wow. So back to the Holbein over here. Yeah. Wow. I have to say, I mean, if I was blindfolded, I don't think I'd be able to tell the difference. It's like this. It's like it's dry, but it still has a good um, payout of color. Okay, let me just check the chat there. Yes, thank you. Yes, it's my drawing. Yeah. They don't feel creamy at all. They feel there's like a dryness to them. They feel dry but smooth. So they're not and they have a good payout of color, so you don't feel like you have to. I'm not pressing very hard right now. I'm pressing kind of light, like 40-50% here. I'm putting a light layer here. I'm going back to the Markart over here. The Markart actually feels a little smoother than the Holbein. It feels a little bit um, not as there's a little bit of scratchiness. It's very slight with the Holbein. They're very similar. Wow. All right, now I'm going to go with the green. The green color here is the Holbein. Olive green. And just put, okay, this pencil is smoother. You know, each pencil is different, so it could have just been that pencil. So this one feels a lot smoother than the blue one I just did, the Prussian blue. Yeah, this one feels a lot smoother. Okay. This one feels nicer. Oops, I just did both sides by accident. Oops. Yeah, this one's nice and smooth, so it's a little bit creamy, like a slight creaminess to it, this one. The olive green. Now going back to the Markart pencil. Markart pencil feels just as smooth, though, I gotta tell you. Wow, this is wild. I should have nostril there. So Markart, I think, in my opinion, Markart and the Holbein feel exactly the same, basically. Is that wild or what? Wow. And it's hard. The weight is very similar too. I mean, it's very difficult. They feel about the same. I think okay. The Holbein looks the lead of the Holbein. Okay, so this is the Holbein on the right. Let me put this here. On the left here is the Markart. So I don't know. What do you think? So does the leads look the same or same size and whatnot? I mean, they're very similar, almost identical. Wow. Wow. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to red. This is the Carmine red. I'm obviously not. I'm not trying to do like a perfect job here. I'm just testing out the colors, so no guarantees how this is going to turn out. It's going to be. I just want to see how these pencils feel and get a feel for them. This is nice and smooth. The red is nice. Carmine red's nice and smooth. I'll do a nicer portrait later. This time. I'm just practicing with these pencils for now. So, oops, don't that. Oh, I didn't pick a red for the mark art. I gotta grab a red real quick. Um, yeah. So, oops. Try this red. Mark art red here. Yeah, they feel the same. I wonder if they are the same. Because you can see they both have sort of a dry texture and yet smooth at the same time. Wouldn't that be wild if they are the same pencils? I don't know. This is a very good copy. Mark art's a very good copy, an excellent imitation if it's not the same. Oops, that's one on the wrong side. Be careful not to mix them. I mean, they look the same going on. Yeah. But no, the Holbein is from uh, Japan, and I think the mark arts are from China. So I think that's a copy here. We're looking at just copying it. Maybe somebody somehow they got the formula maybe, and then made their own cheaper copy. Because there's a rivalry between them, right? Oh, you got the Starjoy Gold. Yeah, Starjoy's pretty good. It's a little stickier. These are drier than Starjoy, but I love Starjoys as well. Yeah, yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, like I said, I'll do a nicer portrait later. I'm just messing around with the pencils for now. So I'm pressing down now with like the lighter peach color here. I should use the brown. I didn't put any brown in here. The shading. These pencils feel identical to me. So I'm putting dark umber on top of the Prussian blue right now with the Holbein. That's sort of. Getting a nice darker shade there. Wow. And I'll do the same with the Markart side. I mean, they look the same, they feel the same. Yeah, the Chinese brands have been improving quite a bit. And I'm not using the Markart, I'm smudging the Markart down, pressing harder. The light peach there. And I'm doing the same on the Holbein side here, pressing it down. The Holbein feels a little bit creamier, this pencil at least does. But I feel they're almost, it's very, very similar. It's not the same. I'm going to press down hard with the Markart's dark brown here. This might not be the exact same shade as the Holbein one, so but you see how dark it gets when I press down hard. So now I'm using like 80% pressure here, burnishing that down. So that's the Markart's. And now I'm going to do the same with the Holbein pencil, dark brown. I'm going to press really hard. Very close. I got it the shade's very close. I think the quality of the core is better with Holbein. That's a bit better because the Markarts are a very cheap pencil. And sometimes with some of the pencils, the core of the pencil chips a little bit, like you open it up and like half of it broke off, that kind of thing. So I think it is a cheaper material that they made it with, but the pigments and the feel of it feels the same. So it is a cheaper pencil all around with the way it's made or binded. The binder is cheaper, I think, would probably be what's causing that because the Markarts do chip, but these Holbeins seem to be in very good shape. So and you do get a lot of color payouts without losing because you can see here I think I'm using more color doing the Markart than I am with the Holbein. So I think the Holbeins may last longer. I think they have a better quality core. So there is a difference there in the quality for sure. But the feel of them is the same. And, the quality, the look of the pencil and the pigment is very similar. Yeah, I think that's, I'm not missing anything by not having a full Holbein set, because I do have a full Markart set. Although I've heard you can get them on eBay. I heard they're difficult to get on Amazon, but I've seen quite a few Markarts on eBay and other places. Yeah, it is a good dark pigment. Yeah, this is dark brown. This is dark umber brown I'm using. It's to make it look like it's black, but I put blue underneath it. So you put blue and brown, and it gives you a nice dark gray color that looks black without um, going to the black pencil. More natural looking black, or yeah, dark gray looking. Yeah, I mean, can you see the difference? I don't see any difference. Yeah, these are made in China. The Markarts, it says made in China. So Markarts made in China, Holbein made in Japan. So they feel the same, very much the same to me. Very, very similar. I'm trying the blending out. These are a drier pencil, so they don't like blend like Prisma or anything like that, or Black Widow or something. These are a little bit, but the color payout is really good. I'm getting really good coverage with this light color here. Is light peach. What is this called? Um, shell pink. This is shell pink. Getting very good, just pressing down hard and getting very good coverage there. And making kind of difficult to see maybe with the lighting. Like I've got good, you can see. Yeah. And then with the Markart, it doesn't have names, but it's number 13. I mean, it does have names, but it's in the cover of the tin. You have to look it up. It doesn't say it on the pencil. But this also has very good coverage as well when I press down hard. Right now I'm like using 80, 90% pressure here. Let's just see the payout I get for just putting it down or pressing down hard. Yeah, so they're both very similar. Or the same, however you want to look at it. Wow. Yeah, that's wild. Well, Lindsay, the frugal crafter, was right. I have to agree with her on this one. She knows what she's talking about. I knew she'd be right, but I just had to see for myself. You know, sometimes you just have to see for yourself. Spend a little money, not too much. Luckily, I didn't splurge or anything. You know, you just hear everybody talking about Holbein, 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 and they are nice pencils, but I don't think I would be spending all that money on a full set. I wouldn't bother. You know, if you got great pencils like Prisma or Polychromos or Markart, even Markart, they feel exactly the same. They feel exactly the same. They look the same. Yeah. So if you want to know what Holbein feels like, just get a set of Markarts and you'll know. Yeah, you like blending coming out with the Holbein. Uh huh. I think they both blended the same. I mean, I did a very sloppy job here. I'm not trying to do a great job with this picture. I just want to test out the pencils. But I think they look basically the same. I don't feel a difference. I don't see a difference. Uh huh. Yeah, Lindsay is a good reviewer. She's tried everything. She knows them all. She's used everything, every pencil out there, every paint out there. Just ask her. I think she'll know. Maybe I'll try to neaten this up. Yeah, I did kind of a sloppy job here today. Apologies. Just wanted to test it out. This half will be Markart's. This half will be the Holbein. Yeah, the Holbein core is a little bit better. So this feels much. This feels smoother, just slightly, barely noticeable. I think it's just slightly better. And again, they look exactly the same with the designs. Not that the outside look really matters much, but the core is what matters. Yeah, I think that they're the same basically. Maybe this one's a little thicker, a little more pigmented. They're both very good pencils. I kind of the pink here is very the light pink I put on top of it is sort of a little bit creamier, I think, than the Markart one. The Markart one didn't get to the coverage. Let me see if I press hard in there. A little bit. It does get a little smudgier. Yes, the pigments are slightly better on the Holbein, which you would expect a lot better with the, and maybe the light fastness may be much better as well at the end of the day. Yeah. Wow. They have that same dry smoothness to them. You know, it's kind of scratchy on the paper. And this is the Prussian blue. Maybe some pencils are scratchier than others. That one's a bit scratchy, but this one's not so scratchy. This one's smoother. So I think certain pencils will be scratchy while others are not. Dark umber is not so scratchy. Yeah, this one's pretty good too, though. Markart is giving Holbein a run for the money. I think someone at Markart got the formula, made a cheap version of it. Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Tiger Eye. Thank you. I just like playing around with pencils, trying different brands. Curiosity always gets me in the end. I want to see what it's all about. See if they're as good as everyone says they are. I mean, they are good pencils, not. But for the price, though, I mean, I think they are overpriced in my opinion. But I think I think they're so pricey in part because you're shipping it from Japan. I looked on eBay, and you can get a set of Holbeins for less than $300, which is a good deal compared to the regular price that you see them for, which goes up to like 500, 600. Even oh, did I do the wrong side? Well, that's Holbein. That's right. Okay. Uh, Confusing myself here. Trying to keep the two sides separate here. Um, yeah, you can get a cheap. Some people, I guess, that come back from Japan and they buy some Holbeins, and then they sell them on eBay. So you can get a good if you really want a Holbein set, you can buy them on there for much cheaper than what they sell. But then again, I worry about them being knockoffs. You know, like oh, wrong side. So then I wouldn't buy it on eBay. I'd just be worried that they're not, legitimate. Like I kind of worried about this set that I got. I'm like, it wasn't covered with plastic. Could have just been returned, but I worried. I'm like, did I get, you know, I think they're real. I think they're real. Assuming I got real Holbeins here, they do feel and look very much like Markart. Which Markart you can get I got on Amazon, um, but I also saw them on eBay. You probably get them elsewhere too. I don't think I've seen them in an art store though. I don't think art suppliers carry it because they're such a small, cheap brand. But you might find it in Blick or something, or Jerry's Artorama, or some other art supplier. I've only ever seen them on Amazon though, and eBay. The Markart and the Holbein, you get them both on there. You can get anything on eBay, I swear. Yeah, neither of these pencils are overly creamy. They're not like more of a layering pencil. Yeah, I'd have to layer more if I use these. Same with the mark art, more of a layering. They don't smush together as well as a polychromos or a Prismacolor does. Those pencils, you can kind of smush them together if need be. Of course, Prisma is the ultimate pencil to smush colors together. But yeah, I mean, can you see a difference between the quality of the pencils? I mean, they look the same, right? So again, this is Markart on the left, Polychromos on the right. I don't know about you, but they just look the same to me. They look and feel the same. The Holbein being a slightly better core, but the color payout, the feel of them is very, very much the same. I don't think you would know the difference if you were given Markart and they just wrote Holbein on the pencil. Yeah. All right. So there you have it for today. I'm going to try doing a portrait later with the Holbein and see how that goes. Maybe I'll follow up. I mean, this is on cardstock too. This is a thicker paper. So I'm going to be try doing a portrait on, Amazon paper. I've got this new coloring books. I want to do a portrait coloring book. So I got this one. And the paper is much thinner than this. This is a thicker paper. So I get more of a color payout on this paper than I would on, Amazon paper here. So I'm going to be trying the Holbein and the Markart as well on the Amazon paper and see how that works out. And I will do a better job than this. I'll do a better portrait than this one. I'll put more layers on it and make it smoother than this one and see how it comes out. But I think that these two, again, they're the same. Yeah. So you have it. One last thing I could do is I haven't done the burnishing it. So I've got the Caran d'Ache burnishing tools. Let me try burnishing them, see if that makes much of a difference. Yeah, these colors don't move around once you get them. They're very much a layering pencil. Like the colors stay put when you put it down. It's burnishing very well. This is the Holbein side. When I burnish it, the color is getting much more. All the white spaces are leaving. There. I'm pressing down hard here, burnishing that. All right. So that is the Holbein side, and then the Markart side are doing the same thing. I'm assuming it's going to be the same way, because these pencils are so similar. Yeah, so if you have Holbein and if you have Markart, I invite you to test this out for yourself and let me know what you think. Because I think it's amazing how similar these pencils are. Kind of shocking, actually, right? Yeah, you've been living under a rock. Why have you been living under a rock, Tiger Eye? I think we all feel that way sometimes. Sometimes the last few years, it's probably better to be under a rock. Yeah, so there you have it. Yeah. All right. So there it is. My first time using Holbein pencils with the Markart. The Markart's, well, I don't know how to say it. They're very much the same. Again, I keep saying it. Yeah. So that is it for today. I hope you found this interesting. Until next time, thanks for watching, everyone. Great seeing you here. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.